Congratulations on all the success, because reading about you, you were waiting tables not that long ago, I guess, at the Four Seasons Hotel. You did that for 7 years, and we're squeezing in comedy.
Yeah, I came out here to Los Angeles in 1998. I started working at the Four Seasons Hotel, and I don't know, man. I started doing, like, comedy on my breaks because I didn't want to miss an opportunity to get some stage time. So during the break, I would tell the other waiters, hey, listen, could you watch my section? I'm going to go do some comedy. And there was, like, a new guy there that day, and he's like, do some comedy? What do you mean? I go, well, that's what I do during my break. You go eat your sandwich downstairs in the cafeteria. I'm at the Comedy Store making people laugh. So I was doing that for 3 or 4 years, and then 2005 I quit the job because I was making a living doing stand-up. So, yeah, man, it's been a long road, 19 years, and, you know, like you just said, you caught my stuff about a year ago. That seems to be what I'm hearing on a consistent basis, that new people are getting turned on to my stuff, which I love to hear.
Sebastian, what kind of breaks were they allowing you to take at the Four Seasons?
Yeah,
I was
45-minute breaks.
I was a waiter back in the day. I was lucky if I had a 15-minute break. It sounds like you were out for like 3 hours at a time.
Yeah, no, you would think it was only a half an hour, and the Comedy Store was only 5 minutes away, so I would time it perfectly. I would call the phone guy over at the Comedy Store going, what's going on? When are they up? When are they getting off? And then I would bolt out in my uniform, drive up to the store, do 15 minutes on and get. It took me 36 minutes to do the entire thing, so I was 6 minutes late, but yeah, man, I wasn't going to let anything stop me from doing stand-up.
You know, so we're a sports show, and the bit which got me when I was watching your special was when you went to, I believe it was a dinner party with your wife, and guys are talking about fantasy football, because we're all guys who play fantasy football.
We're those nerds.
Yep.
That's us.
It just seems like I got bought here. They're like, hey, man, you want to, we're meeting over at John's Pub for the draft. I'm like, draft?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing, man? They're like in 7 different leagues. Like the whole 4 months, they're out of commission because they're looking at their fantasy players. The only thing I do when it comes to sports is I'm in this little confidence pool where you like put the numbers of, give them the highest rated, and then it goes 16-1. And it takes me about 2 minutes to do, and that's about all I could muster. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't have the time. There's so many circles that I sit and stand in and just nod my head and listen to these guys talk. Oh yeah, you got to come your standard comebacks. Yeah, that's unbelievable. So, yeah, there's many situations. My wife's the social one. She likes going out and dragging me to these parties and whatnot, and it's great. I mean, she takes me out of my shell. She's more like the puppy dog of the relationship. I'm more like a cat hiding under tables, so it works. I just sit there and listen. I noticed that if you just sit and listen, you could pick up a lot more material than you would if you were just talking.
Right. Was that cool for you when you were in Comedians in Cars getting coffee? I have no idea what your background is as far as, like, knowing Seinfeld, that sort of thing. Is that, like, a thrill for you? What was that like?
For me, yeah, I met Jerry Seinfeld 3.5 years ago at Gotham Comedy Club in New York City, and we became fast friends, and then he had asked me to do his show. And for a comedian, I think, at least for me, it was like kind of my Johnny Carson moment where I got called over to the couch back when Johnny was on. He called the comedians over to the couch that he liked, and I equate Jerry Seinfeld's car now to the couch. If you get invited into the car, that he's validating you as a comedian. So, yeah, it's been a great friendship with Jerry Seinfeld, a guy that I've been watching since I was a kid, and now I'm sitting in a car, and we were just at a charity event a couple nights ago. So, yeah, the guy lives and breathes comedy, and to have a guy like that, I could just kind of call and ask him, what'd you do in this certain situation is really fortunate.
So you're doing 2 shows at MGM National Harbor on February 10th. It's part of your new Stay Hungry tour. What's Stay Hungry all about? Because if you read your one-sheeter, it says that's your motto.
Well, you know what? I wrote a book that's going to come out February 27th, which you could pre-order on Amazon. It's called Stay Hungry as well. It's the same as the tour. And basically the book chronicles my career over the last 20 years and all the setbacks and me still, staying hungry to pursue your dream. And it's just a book, it will make you laugh, make you cry. It's just essays about the jobs I had. I used to work at the Dish Network selling satellites out of a kiosk in the mall in the ghetto at one point. So it's just about stories. I used to be Captain Morgan. I used to dress up as Captain Morgan and go into bars, out shots with a on my shoulder. I mean,
kidding.
Yeah. Used to work at Honey Baked Ham, Glazing Ham. It's all these different things that you kind of do, and always wanting to stay hungry and be. Is that a bird I hear?
It is, yes. That's the bird on your shoulder when you were Captain Morgan.
Oh, man. When's the last time you used that soundbite?
Probably last week.